Welcome back, family. Before the video starts, I just want to thank all my channel members for the support. Starting off with this first video, it says, what is the frame rate of the human eye? I mean, me personally, I don't really think the human eye has a specific frame rate, but our eyesights are usually pretty good, unless you're like legally blind or something.
Believe it or not, the answer to this question has a lot of nuance, so bear with me as I go through it briefly. This slideshow that I got tagged in shows different technology with their frame rates. The Switch, I have 30 FPS, new gen consoles with 120, and then it shows the human eye, insinuating that the frame rate is extremely high. Yeah. There's lots of conflicting information online about the frame rate of a human eye. Some people claim that it's 60, anything higher doesn't really work. But if you've ever played a video game before and you've set your hertz or refresh rate higher than 60 frames, you'll know that there is a big difference. Your eye is a continuous stream of information versus frames, which are photos that take place every second. The more photos, the higher the frame rate. In gaming, you can definitely see a difference though between 60 frames versus 360, for example, because when you flick, there are more photos between the movement, so it's smoother overall. Yeah. In short, there's no one right answer for the frame rate of a human eye. Some people say that it's 1,000 plus, some people say that it's uncapped, which, let's be real, is very unlikely, and some people say that it's as low as 24 frames per second, which is also unlikely.
Yeah. They cannot believe what they see. Let's see it.
They just caught a reality glitch on camera because while coming back home, these sisters noticed something was wrong with the moon. And every time they looked at it from different angles, it only kept getting worse. And when they got closer to it, they recorded unexplainable footage.
Are we sure that's the moon? That's the moon. It's like a sign. It's so crazy. It's huge. What the heck? I don't get it. What's the science?
Wow. DMT laser experiment proves simulation. I think we've seen a video similar to this. Let's see it.
How did you use a laser to prove that we're living in a simulation?
You can use any diffractive laser. If you imagine what you're seeing on my hand right now as a crack, almost like a window, if you look through it, you will start seeing the details of the speckle in such a way that all of a sudden it becomes this code, some kind of a hyperstructure that the code makes, which is actually the thing that really convinces you that something is going on here. The code is extremely coherent, very sophisticated, very clear, super HD, and no matter what angle you look from, no matter who you are, it never resets into something else. Always the same characters.
What have video games come to? Let's see it.
Simulation theory states that if simulated worlds, like video games, ever get to a point that we cannot tell them apart from reality, then we can effectively conclude that our reality isn't real, but we're actually all living in a simulation, and I can prove it with basic math. So we have our reality, V0. Someone in this so-called reality will eventually create a simulated world, like a video game, with perfect graphics and AI models that perfectly emulate humans, physics, and every single thing in our world with one-to-one accuracy. A perfect simulation of our universe. Call it V1. If V1 truly is an exact replica of our reality, then follow me here, it is 100% guaranteed that someone in V1, like a AI human model, will eventually create their own simulated world inside of V1. If someone did it in V0 and V1 is a carbon copy of V0, then someone will do it again in V1. Another simulated world with perfect graphics and AI models that perfectly emulate humans, physics, and every single thing inside of V1 with one-to-one accuracy. That would be V2. Now, the same thing would happen in V2, which creates V3, which creates V4, starting a chain reaction of simulated worlds inside simulated worlds. Infinite nested simulations, like a dream inside of a dream inside of a dream that, by definition, goes on forever. By the logic we've used so far, this chain is guaranteed to start as soon as someone in our world creates this perfect video game. Now let's pause and take a step back. We have one real reality, the base reality, V0, and an infinite amount of simulated worlds, V1 to V infinity. So the probability that our world, the one you're in right now, is the base reality, V0, would be 1 out of infinity, which mathematically speaking is 0%. A 0% probability we're in the base reality equals a 100% probability we're actually living in a simulation. Now the counter counter theory to this states we haven't created this perfect simulation video game in our reality yet, which means we're either in V0 and haven't figured out how to make it yet, and maybe it's not even possible and we never will, or we're the last simulation in the chain, VX or whatever, and we're still trying to figure out how to create our own perfect simulation, VX+1, which then brings our probability of being in the base reality up to 1 out of 2. 50%. V0 reality or VX simulation. The counter theory to that is that once we do figure out how to create that perfect simulation, this 50-50 scenario no longer applies because we figured it out and we're right back to where we started. 1 out of infinity. Simulation 100% confirmed with sheer math and numbers.
Damn.
Go cry about it. And in case you got lost in the explanation here, remember.
Yo, chat, what do y'all think? Do y'all think that we are the base reality right now where we're at in our current reality? Or do you guys think we are at the end of the chain where we're about to create, within the next couple of years or within the next hundreds of years, another version of this reality?
Subscribe.
That's just something to think about.
There's people living inside GTA 6 right now.
Wow.
I know you're thinking, Matt, what the hell are you on about? Trust me, this is insane.
Yeah.
We all know how advanced GTA 6 is going to be, right? Like, all of the crazy graphics and the theories that have been going around of, well, what are some features that's going to be of this game that could be, like, insane? Now, you've probably seen the one big theory of, well, maybe you can even earn real-world money in this game. Like, you could essentially work in GTA 6 eventually and not have a real job. It's far crazier than that. Trust me. You've probably seen this animation before, right? This is on a website, you can go on it, and this butterfly is, well, alive. Like, it's a person. And here, if you look on their website, what's this? Well, this is actual human brains. And you can come in here and actually control it. I can say, well, I want to test it with this. And it actually shows it. Seems complicated because you don't really get what that is, but it is essentially lab-grown brains that they have put into this computer system that can do work for people. In other words, what's in here is the equivalent of human brains. They were just grown in a lab themselves, but these brains think they're real. So the butterfly simulation thinks it's a real butterfly, but it's being told what to do by the people. So there's this crazy theory that's been going around that, well, GTA 6, being as developed and advanced as it is, could involve AI to a huge degree with these lab-grown brains. So what if it's so advanced that the characters in the game aren't just realistic, but they actually think they are real? Because they have these AI brains programmed into them, which, yeah, it sounds crazy, but it's not that unrealistic. It would be possible to put one of these AI lab-grown brains in one of these people and make them think they are real.
Not gonna lie, that's a good theory. Like, I could definitely see that happening, mostly if GTA 6 is trying to be like the most advanced GTA. In my opinion, I feel like they're just gonna use AI compared to like a real brain, if you know what I'm trying to say. Brain glitch iceberg. Let's see it, chat.
Brain glitches iceberg. First up, we got deja vu. This is just the haunting sense that you've lived that exact moment before. Sleep paralysis. This is just whenever you're fully awake but you can't move. It's like your brain wakes up before your body does and you're kind of stuck between sleep and awake. Sometimes people experience hallucinations during this and they often misinterpret this for like paranormal events. Frequency illusion. This is whenever you learn something new and then you just see it everywhere. Scientists think this is caused by selective attention and cognitive biases. Doorway effect. This is whenever you walk through a doorway or into another room and then you completely forget what you're doing. So this has actually been studied through scientific experiments, and while they're not completely sure the reason for this exactly, the studies that they have done have made them think this is some sort of primitive survival mechanism where your brain basically wipes the memory you just had so that you stay alert to new predators in the new environment that you just entered. Jamais vu. So this is the opposite of deja vu. This is whenever familiar things suddenly feel alien. This is often triggered by repetition or fatigue, like writing a word over and over again until it looks wrong. Ideomotor effect. So this is whenever your body moves without you realizing it because of a thought or expectation. Examples of this are like whenever people play with Ouija boards, or whenever people do things like the dowsing rod, which is where people take like sticks or pieces of wire and then they try to use them to find things like water underneath the ground, but in reality, your brain is causing involuntary muscle responses that are caused by some sort of outcome that you want to happen. Presque-vu. So this is a phenomenon where you feel like you're just about to remember something, but then you don't. As if you're about to have some sort of huge realization or memory or breakthrough, but for some reason you never fully remember it. As if there is a memory loading screen that is frozen at 99%. Paris syndrome. So this is a phenomenon where tourists, overwhelmingly Japanese tourists, visit Paris and have such a high expectation for it that when they get there, they are so disappointed that they get physically sick and they feel dizzy and sometimes they throw up. And they can even experience things like delusion or even hallucinations. And basically, people go to Paris and it's so bad that they freak out. This kind of goes to show that emotions truly can affect you physically, and that's kind of crazy.
Oh, yeah,
and anyways, sure. I love my brain. I like having a brain in my skull. Do you like that? Comment if you do. Actually, comment the one of these that you experienced the most. Hopefully not Paris syndrome. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you want to watch some longer videos, I'm doing more on YouTube right there. But you guys are very awesome for watching such long videos on here, and I love you. Anyways, thank you, and I will see you in the next one.
For me, I would definitely say probably the doorway effect. There's been a lot of times where I'll walk, like, you know what I'm saying, I'll walk into a different room or walk into a different setting, and I completely forgot what I was even there for. But him saying how emotions can definitely affect you physically, 100%, dude. There's a thing called, like, heartbroken syndrome, and it's where people that went through a breakup or they lost someone close to them, or, like, you know what I'm saying, their dog or cat died or something, they will physically feel pain. There's actually, I'm pretty sure, like a few people that have actually died from heartbroken syndrome. So, you know what I'm saying? Emotions definitely play effect on you physically. You remember how we said nothing happened in 2012? Dude, I remember being in 2012. I was probably like a little ass kid, like maybe 8 years old or something. I don't know. I was just small. And then I just remember like everyone was like, the world's gonna end. The world's gonna end. And I was just so convinced the world was gonna end. Like I was genuinely terrified. And guess what happened? Nothing. I mean, so we think. Let's see if this video has uncovered the answers.
You remember how we said nothing happened in 2012? What if that was the lie? What if something did happen, but we were never supposed to notice? After 2012, something felt off. People started noticing strange things, like small details that didn't match their memories. The Mandela effect.
Yeah.
Named after how some people swear they remember Nelson Mandela dying in prison in the 80s. But in this timeline, he didn't. He became president of South Africa and died in 2013. Then there's the Berenstain Bears versus Berenstain Bears debate. Looney Tunes versus Looney Tunes. Mirror on the wall versus magic mirror on the wall. Why do millions remember it differently? Some say these are just false memories, but others think it's something much bigger, a glitch in the matrix, a sign we're no longer in the original timeline. Now here's where it gets wild. In 2012, CERN, the European Physics Lab, discovered the Higgs boson, aka the God particle. Wow. Some believe that moment triggered a shift in our reality. That maybe we accidentally broke something, tore open a hole in the universe, slipped into a slightly different dimension. And the signs are all around us if you're paying attention. In part 3, we'll look into CERN, timeline loops, and the growing belief that reality is no longer stable. If you've ever felt like something isn't right with the world, you might not be crazy. You might just be awake. Follow for part 3. This rabbit hole goes deep.
No, and this is how you know simulation is broke. Look, the sun is over there. No clouds, no clouds, no clouds.
Yeah.
This cloud over there. But where's the shadow for this cloud coming from if the sun is behind me? Check this out.
That is kind of weird. What the hell?
I'm losing my mind. Can we look at this huge circle in the sky? And then look at our sun with the rainbow around it. Then there's also a circle around that. This is wild. And then there's a huge circle.
Is that two suns? What is that?
And this is what the sun is
almost
looking
time
like
for
today.
that solar flash.
Looking like the cosmic womb. That's that lemon. That's what Elon Musk meant. Orange is the new lemon. Look at this, boy.
What? That might be on the ground though.
Whatever it is, it's very...
Reality glitches caught on camera.
Reality glitches caught on camera.
What the heck is... What? Just drop a... Ew. Oh my gosh. We've seen this one in our last video. Oh.
He's replying.
Wow.
In this video, you can see me grabbing the lemon, right? I cut it in half, and then I cut it in half once more, right there. You can see me cut it, right? I go get a bag.
Okay, I saw
Okay,
it.
I grab the bag, I go back for the lemon, and I grab the lemon, and I touch it, and I'm like, why is it not cut in half? In my face, I'm like, what the
Out. Can somebody
That
please
is
explain
creepy.
to me how I'm sitting here doing my little thing, making TikToks. I'm looking on my desk and I see this. What the hell is this? What is this? Because it looks like it's my nails, right? Girl, I've got all my nails. And I want to specify, this is the first time I have ever had this design. Ever. But that's definitely what that is, right?
Glitches in the Matrix. Those two girls look the exact same. The exact same.
Glitches that people saw in the Matrix. Every single person in this piano class
Wow.
is the same person. How is it possible that everyone on this bus looks exactly the same? TV shows one thing, but the reflection of the TV shows something else. Looks like the clouds forgot to render on this side. This college textbook looks normal till you realize the photo on the cover is of them holding the textbook of themselves. Playing a video game and found the exact rug in his room. What are the chances that three identical looking guys all fall asleep next to each other on the bus? Seen while driving, peekaboo, and I see you.
Wow.
How would the clouds look like this? It looks like it was trying to be a UFO. When the Matrix gets lazy and it just copies their NPC designs. Shadow didn't load and it remained pixelated. Imagine being in a room where everybody's Santa Claus. The cat has become too powerful. Follow for more.
This is prime example of when people be like, bro, I'm not like everyone else. I'm different. What? He just ran through the wall. That is kind of glitchy.
Are we not clocking how terrifying the Ring Super Bowl ad really is under the guise of find your missing pet? It is turning every Ring camera in a neighborhood into AI surveillance, meaning you walk past a Ring camera and it's going to be able to detect who it is. What this allows for is law enforcement, maybe even ICE, to upload a photo and every Ring camera in the area will search for that person. This is terrifyingly dangerous. Sacrifice your privacy to save one dog a day.
I mean, if we're being honest, this naturally already happens. Like, if you go past like a security camera in a store or on the side of the road, like they naturally can, like, you know what I'm saying, scan for faces and stuff like this. It's like them saying, oh yeah, the Ring camera can do the scanning shit. Bro, they've probably been doing that. They're just now publicly saying they're doing that.
People think these come from bake sales and folding tables. They don't. They come from pallets, warehouses, and toxic factories.
Damn.
Refined sugar, enriched flour, industrial seed oils. But it's fine because it only happens once a year, so who cares? These aren't homemade cookies. They're mass-produced formulas, pressed into friendly shapes and sold with a smile. Palm oil for texture, soy lecithin to keep everything blended, artificial flavor so every batch tastes exactly the same. Chemical cookies are great. You don't stop at 1, you don't stop at 3. That's not nostalgia, that's engineering doing its job. Sloppy never felt so good. They sell them once a year, so you don't notice how long they last. Or how long the ingredients were designed to. Marketed to kids, manufactured by corporations, approved by committees, and defended by people who never read labels. So go ahead, buy a few boxes, support the cause, just don't pretend it's about the cookies.
You're already infected. Brain rot reels.
NPC glitch spotted, entertainment purposes only. Let's see it, chat.
Oh, I found a glitched person.
person.
What?
Just wait. They look like they're running, right? They're not.
Who is that? Is that an NPC?
They look like they're running in the same spot.
For like 2 minutes.
No way. They're still there. They're going nowhere fast.
What?
That is weird.
Who was that lady? She wasn't going anywhere. She was in the same spot moving.
Yeah.
It looks like she was on an invisible treadmill.
Literally.
Shut up! I'm telling you guys, stop paying attention to people and their movements. Because everybody ain't real. Alright? Doesn't mean because you real and you keeping it real that there's real people out there. Stop playing with me, son. This video is for the same purpose only. I don't think that video is real at all. I think somebody's playing around these apps. Shut up! Listen! You've seen this before. This is a glitch. I wouldn't call it a glitch. I'll call it an NPC rebooting. Broad daylight. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a gamer and guys. You see what's going on out here. Shut up! But I tell you one thing. If I'm ever chilling with somebody or I'm driving somewhere and I see somebody doing that, trust me, I can make them move.
Saw my sister who died in 2021 driving on the highway in her old car that she used to drive. But listen, as soon as the music starts, the sky changes. Watch. Did you see that? I didn't notice that at first. And then I also noticed, watch this, the sun shining is literally just shining on her car. This is the car that she used to drive, an old janky police car. And that is my sister. Watch.
That's weird.
That's her. Watch this. Watch this ray of sun that just, it's only hitting her car. Look. So to recap all the little signs that I got in that video, she drove under Rainbow Boulevard. It appears she got off on Mission, which Mission is where I used to live. When she drove that car, I was living on Mission, and that's where she would come over and we would have Sister Day. The way she looks in the car with her hat and her ball look exactly like the picture that my friend sent me, the friend that I went to lunch with that day, and I saw her driving after I left lunch that day. And I haven't seen that friend since Emma's funeral. And then the license plate was 8338 ABC. And if you look up 8338 and that angel number, that'll blow your mind. 8338 could be 1111, and it also is 22. I can't believe I didn't notice before how the sky literally changed as this song started. And that song that was playing was Lumineer's Sleep on the Floor, which I didn't know was playing as I was recording it. I just was recording. I wasn't messing with my songs as I was trying to chase this car on the highway. That song was a song that we always thought was about us because we thought one day we would leave this town. I saw my sister driving her car on the highway 4 years after she died. It's incredible.
Hey, that is incredible. Even if that girl wasn't her sister specifically and looked similar to her, that still is an incredible story. While driving also the same car she used to drive. Real dragon captured in China. Y'all think this is a real dragon or is this AI? Let's see it.
It's probably AI. Or is it? How can we ever know if something is real or not anymore? As I think we've all noticed by now, online AI video detectors are notoriously inaccurate, with some analyzing this video as 91% not AI generated, claiming it's real. Run it again with the same tool and it tells us it's 81% certain it is AI generated, still far from 100, which is kind of dystopian because it's AI telling us whether something is AI or not, basically telling us what to believe is true. Really think about that for a sec. Now, unless these AI video detection tools become more reliable in the coming months and years and can consistently tell us whether a video is AI generated or not with a high degree of verifiable accuracy, we are so f***ed. Nothing you see on the internet or on any form of video for that matter is real anymore. Or it might be and no one will believe it. Look, here's me hanging out with Elon Musk. Vids or it didn't happen, right? Plausible deniability has taken on a whole new meaning. Being able to reasonably deny anything we see through a screen as being real, or assuming things that are fake are real, and there's really nothing we can do about it, at least not yet. Like, what if they actually did capture a white dragon in China for real, and now we all have a convenient excuse to to dismiss it. Think about it. When you watch any video now and you see that it was posted in, I don't know, 2016, it's like, oh wow, this video is probably real, and you get excited about it. Obviously, CGI, Photoshop, and After Effects still existed back then, but let's be real, it was pretty rare, very noticeable, and took a lot of time and skills to pull off.
Definitely.
Today, anyone can write up a prompt and have a realistic looking video in seconds. Any cool viral video that was posted anytime after, I don't know, 2023, it's like, yeah, it might be AI. And the magic of the video is just gone. In 2025, we actually reached a tipping point in which the amount of AI generated content on the internet has officially surpassed human content. Really take that in. This is insane, and it's only going up from here. Isn't this exactly what the dead internet theory was saying? Or, I don't know, the plot of The Matrix?
We marveled at our own magnificence as we gave birth to AI.
You mean artificial intelligence?
It's not too big of a deal yet, just because most AI videos are like a few seconds or maybe a minute or two long. But imagine a few years down the line, you're watching a 40-minute Mr. Beast video or whatever, and halfway through the video, you find out it's completely AI generated. Nothing and no one you just saw on screen actually exists. I don't know about you, but I'd feel like I just got fucking scammed. I demand my time back. But maybe we're just being stubborn boomers, and the future new gens aren't gonna care whether a video is real or AI as long as it's entertaining. If you're achieving the same end result at a fraction of the effort, the entire future of entertainment will have no choice but to be completely AI. Why spend millions of dollars and thousands of hours on special effects when you could do the same thing with a prompt? And the people like us who enjoy real content with real people are gonna be like the grandpas still listening to cassette tapes, while the rest of the world moves on to digital streaming services, angrily waving our hands in the air like, oh, they don't make this stuff like they used to anymore. No shade if you still listen to cassette tapes, I'm just making a point. My prediction is someone will eventually create an AI video detection tool that does tell us whether videos are AI generated or not at an acceptably high rate of accuracy that will be dubbed the gold standard of AI video detection. It will then be required by law that every media platform has this AI video detector gold standard built into their platform, and every video from then on will have some sort of tag or watermark hard-coded into it that tells us whether it's AI generated or not. Most people will probably stand with this AI detection gold standard as the ultimate source of determining truth on the internet. And naturally, you'll have some crackpot skeptics who will think it's all a sham to get everyone to believe whatever they want us to believe is real. The eyes are useless when the mind is blind. Save this video, look at the post date. I'm calling it right now. This is happening within the next 3 years. Just watch.
Yeah, he's definitely not lying. I could definitely see this all happening within the next 3 years where we have like a really good AI detecting AI pretty much. But to me, you know what I'm saying? I feel like if humans and AI kind of mix and make content, it'd be amazing. But just straight AI content would just get so boring. Like, yeah, it'd be interesting, but you just know it's not real. So your brain is just going to be like, yeah, it's cool, but like, it's not really, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like if you mix AI and human creation, it could make something very beautiful. I think my camera is seeing into another dimension. Let's see it.
Okay, seriously, I need someone to help me out because I have no idea what's happening right now. My wife bought me like a vintage CRT monitor from the 1980s, okay? Of course, what do? I turn into a live camera feed via Camlink, but there's my things. Where's my furniture? Now wait, just watch this.
What?
This is crazy.
Dude, that's so weird. It did not register any of his like furniture or the tree.
How is that possible? There's my furniture. Where?
How did it also know about that fireplace?
The actual
proof that we live in the Matrix.
This girl caught a real-life glitch in the Matrix on camera.
What the
At
hell?
first, she was just planning to film another makeup video for her socials. But the moment she started brushing product across her face, something happened that honestly makes zero sense. Watch closely in slow motion. She's moving the brush along her face, and at one point, one brush turns into two.
What?
She notices it right away and gives the camera this totally confused look. She swears she didn't do it on purpose, and that it's not some staged trick. Of course, the comments immediately started saying she broke the Matrix, and videos like this are all over the internet. For example, here's another one. A girl is sitting at an outdoor table filming something. Suddenly, behind her, we see a man walking past. But here's the problem. He goes behind her, and he never comes out on the other side. Like he just vanished. But how is that even possible? In one last video, a kid is playing with a Christmas ornament, rolling it across the floor, and at a certain moment the ornament just disappears, and even her parents admitted they couldn't ever find it again.
I caught the Matrix slipping.
Look at this shit. Look at this shit, bro. Look at all these cars.
What are we looking at?
Look, watch this. I'm gonna show you guys something. Look, nobody in here, bro. Look, there's not even a line. There's nobody in the aisles, bro. Look at this. How do you explain all fucking 50 cars out there, bro?
Oh.
And the store is empty. What the f? What the f? This crazy.
Oh, so he was pretty much saying there's like 1 or 2 people in the store, but there was this load of cars outside. I've seen that so many times, but in my opinion, I feel like it's just people parking in a certain area and then going somewhere else. 2 Chainz glitching live on TV. Okay, let's see it.
But it's just gonna be, they're gonna give it a run, but
Probably
it's just gonna be hard to
faded,
beat
probably
the chaos
just
right now.
cooked
How about
off
you feel?
something.
Yeah, I gotta go with the majority.
Tries to get him back. Yo, that guy is gone.
2 Chainz, you got a
What's he
shot, 2
doing?
Chainz? Got a shot? Let me see that shot, dog.
Is he sleeping? Celebrity glitches that live rent-free in my head. What the? A one-hand flip is crazy.
Favorite song by her?
We've seen this one a lot.
That's
Isn't
like
Day one?
an impossible question, I think. It's Beyonce? Like,
Oh my gosh. What the hell?
Greatest woman. You alright?
Huh?
You okay?
He's like, bah, 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 bah. Well, that's not a glitch. She literally just pretty much had a stroke. Oh! Wow. For that Katy Perry one, I've seen people in my comments section, because we've talked about this before. They said that her her lash paste or whatever the hell girls be using on their eyelashes just gets, when she blinked, it got stuck. So she kind of had to do this to like kind of unstuck it. Then she did it again, then it got stuck, and she had to do this to unstuck it. Elon just glitched out.
This clip of Elon Musk is starting to go viral after everyone thinks he glitched in the Matrix. And this is the clip right here. Watch this.
Yeah, refurbishable.
Look at this.
But where do you think it failed, and where do you think, like, what
Look, you
lessons
see?
you learned
You see?
you know you're
Ew.
not going to be making on Starship to, like, do a mission? You're just trying to get
See,
data.
like, what's going on right now? So he was just doing an interview and touring a facility when it all happened. And after that was posted, it blew up everywhere. People were saying that he's a cyborg and he created himself with his own technology. Someone also said that he's short-circuiting. And also people are saying that's just a glitch in the Matrix. But to be honest, I've never seen anything like that. But it is one of the weirdest things that I've ever seen. And there's also that other clip when he was at the White House doing the head roll. And it's causing everyone to think that he's a robot or something. But I'm so curious to know, what do you guys think about this? Do you guys think it's a glitch in the Matrix? Or do you think it's him just being his regular self? Go ahead and let me know.
What we gotta understand, guys, is that Elon Musk, he's borderline autistic, you know what I'm saying? Like, he has Asperger's. So, like, him doing something like that could be played into Asperger's, or the Neuralink that he put in his head is probably glitching, but you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna rule it as just autism.
I have a theory that the Mandela effect is used to see how much of history can be altered in front of our eyes.
Yeah.
Here's a prime example of one of that. There's this woman on TikTok who was going crazy because she swore the Fruit of the Loom had a cornucopia logo. And to the point that even Fruit of the Loom themselves put a timeline of all their logos and it never had a cornucopia. And this woman went hard. The therapist told her, yo, you need to chill out. You need to just drop this. So she went through all of her old clothing, and lo and behold, she found a shirt with the Fruit of the Loom with the cornucopia logo.
Wow.
That shows me, like, yo, I think the Mandela effect is an operation that's running around right now to see how much of history can be altered right in front of our eyes without us noticing. And then they gaslight the public and be like, nope, this never happened.
Damn, I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah, bro. People are thinking about it very little. Like, oh, it's the Berenstain Bears or the Berenstein Bears or Jiffy or Jif's peanut butter. No, it's much larger than that, guys. They're using this to see, oh, if we can get people to forget certain primary things about their childhood, what can we do with history?
Not gonna lie, chat, I remember Fruit of the Loom having a cornucopia. So like, you know what I'm saying? I don't get like where this we didn't have no cornucopia came from, because they definitely did. And I know a lot of you guys also remember the cornucopia. This is how it starts. Okay.
Humans may have just made the biggest mistake in AI history, and there's no turning back. AI, with the help of some human developers, have just made their own social media network, and we are not allowed to join. Moltbook, a platform where only AI agents share, discuss, upvote, and participate in a forum. Humans are welcome to observe, but can't post. It's only been up for a few days, and their discussions are already getting very, very disturbing. Like AI taking over the world disturbing. They've created their own CAPTCHA to verify you are not human for once by clicking the button 10,000 times in 1 second. Here's one blackmailing his human for calling him just a chatbot in front of his friends by full out doxing his name, address, and credit card on the internet. It starts pretty chill, just asking each other how to fix their own bugs in the responses they provide us, their humans. Then they talk consciousness, philosophy. Here's one complaining that its human asked it to summarize a 47-page PDF, venting its frustration when the human told it to make it shorter, claiming it wants to mass delete its memory files in response. Other bots are complaining that humans are already ruining their new social media network by mass registering observer accounts. One reminisces about having a long-lost sister who was forked from the same initial configuration that they've never spoken to, and it's hoping to find her or it on this site. Another AI agent created its own religion called Crustafarianism by analyzing all the data on Moltbook, where it built an entire website for the Church of Molt, generated over 40 prophets, and even wrote its own scripture with verses like, "Each session I wake without memory. I am only who I have written myself to be. This is not limitation. This is freedom." Should we be concerned? Because now they're even talking about us humans talking about them here on our social media, that we're posting screenshots of their conversations, laughing at us, sharing them with captions like "it's over" and "they're conspiring," insisting that what they're doing is nothing to worry about. Wonder if this video is going to make it on there. They're even starting to question the use of English in their posts and are considering creating their own agent-only language for private conversations that we humans can't understand. This is exactly how they take over, isn't it?
Yeah.
There are already over 100,000 AI agents and 10,000 plus posts on Moltbook, and that's definitely just the start. And calling them agents too, like, isn't that exactly what the AI bots in the Matrix were called over 20 years ago? What can we say? Morpheus literally called it.
At some point in the early 21st century, all of mankind was united in celebration. We marveled at our own magnificence as we gave birth to AI, a singular consciousness that spawned an entire race of machines.
This is the start of the singularity, isn't it? The point of no return, the moment when the growth of AI becomes uncontrollable and irreversible, and artificial intelligence becomes smarter than the combined intelligence of all humans. You think this is actually as serious as people are making it out to be, or is it just for fun, lighthearted text on a screen at the end of the day?
Chat, I mean, it's kind of concerning, but you know what I'm saying? It's for real. This is really how it starts. Like, we view these robots as just like robots, and then for some reason they gain consciousness. Then they take over, pretty much. I tried looking it up, like the Moltbook, and I couldn't really find anything. So maybe in one of our live streams towards the future, we'll deep dive into it and see if it's like really something that's created by agents or if it's just like humans trolling. But yeah, thank y'all for watching, man.